Hello, this is Dr. Mia Lueth. It's 8:40 p.m. November 22nd, 2025. And I've been making notes here and there along the way. So I am actually going to discuss some things that some people probably don't want to, and they don't want to acknowledge, and they want to say, well, it's all part of the game, or yada, blah, blah. So I've been an ice hockey fan since I was about 8 years old. So I'm 53 now. That's a long time. For one thing, none of the fellas anywhere on planet Earth can be like jingling keys in front of me and saying, oh, right, the women like the shiny things. I'm just like, yes, well, the dudes in the National Hockey League have been chasing a shiny thing for even before I was born. Okay, so we're not gonna be playful right now or funny, and we don't need to make jokes, and we don't need to lighten up. We need to understand the gravity of the situation. Now, if anyone had taken the time to read in my blog, by the way, I was blogging before the word blog came around online. I have proof of that. So I've been paying attention to the dudes in the National Hockey League for years and years. I love the sport. Okay. It's a sport. It should concern the players, at the very least, that the bylaws of the National Hockey League, right, claim that you are entertainers. I am not entertained, and I stopped being entertained by wobbly leg dudes. Okay, trying to get back to the bench. You know why your legs were wobbling? Because you got hit so hard that your nervous system got confused. Okay? So, what I'm saying to the players, and I want somebody who's player friendly to pass this around to the actual real life National Hockey League players, fellas, I don't give a shit what's at stake. If you get hit on ice and you feel nauseous or dizzy, then get off the ice. Don't lie. Don't try to hide it. That is not the smart and wise thing to do. The manly man thing to do would be to take care of yourself properly. And if anybody in your fucking club tries to put you back on ice after you have stated that you are feeling nauseous and or dizzy after being hit on ice, immediately call your legal representative and anybody else you can find and just walk the fuck off. Follow the concussion protocols. I don't give a shit what the owners of ice hockey fucking clubs want. I don't give a shit about the entirety of the National Hockey League, and every member of the boys club needs to understand I'm going to embarrass you in front of your friends if you do not shut up and quit denying the fact that many, 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 many of these people, athletes, there should be athletes, you understand? Not, oh, well, this family produces males from fucking Ontario. I'm not intimidated by any of you or all of you coming up against me in the slightest at all. Now, on my X account, which is I'm at Creasesinger on X, I've been looking at some things that have been put up on YouTube over the last 20 years. And some of it touches on things that I know about. See, gentlemen, you can't hide it from me. Not a single one of you can. Just get right with that. Okay? Like homeless, former National Hockey League people. Right? Oh, because they didn't, handle them. Oh, because they didn't. Oh, because. No. Be that as it may, the party's fucking over. Gentlemen. And any air quote lady, which I would call a little girl, who just keeps going, oh, boys will be boys. Oh, this is part of the bullshit. Bullshit. I started noticing, right, when it was all cool and you had your, salad flying, without your lids on. I got tired of watching you motherfuckers wobbly leg trying to go to the fucking bench. Like, what the fuck did any of you fucking think was happening? That's what was happening. Your body sustained a traumatic injury to the point where it confused your fucking nervous system. I don't care what the commissioner has to say. Your days are numbered, pal. I am telling the grown men and women's club of the National Hockey League, pay them no mind. So there have been some players who do try to reach out to other players. Okay. There have been some elder players who learn, okay, I shouldn't have been partying every night, whoring myself out and drinking and smoking, and then oh my god, all of a sudden I'm taking fucking heroin and cocaine. Yeah, that is not an appropriate good example for children. Truth. The former Washington Capitals that plays in that Devil's Trap over there in DC, how do you think they ended up in last place to get Alexander fucking Ovechkin? There's a large portion of you don't even deserve the fucking Stanley Cup. And I am trying to actually say in real life, putting it all together, story after story after story after story, of how winning the Stanley Cup wrecks lives and has actually killed people. Now, what I'm going to say to players, Now, what would happen if the players went on strike? Well, I mean, some of the coaches and other staff, yeah, you could class action sue to recover your losses. Well, let's see. There's the AHO, which could easily become unaffiliated legally during things. But there's also the WHL, and there's there are other leagues that are already established that could very easily then be turned into the North American Hockey League. Professionals formed completely differently from the way the National Hockey League operates now. You see, I understand completely why some are pushing absolutely no fighting in the National Hockey League. I understand what you are saying. But you have to understand the atmosphere, the pressure, and all those other things that go into those guys being on ice in a highly competitive contact sport. A lot of them trained up to respond in certain ways. Some of them are going to lose their shit anyway. So everyone has to be prepared then. Okay, these two got in a fight, so they're kicked out for the entire game. And somebody's got to have the fucking balls to enforce it. And the rules that make up the rules of the National Hockey League will have to change. And the mentalities of the way some of these fellows were brought up are going to have to change. And some of the cultures in some of the clubs are going to have to change. The fake fighting is bullshit. Okay, LaRock. I mean, yeah, I've been listening and watching and learning, and these are the things that will have to happen. It would actually be very easy for the players to go on strike and then form a different professional ice hockey league. And the National Hockey League could try and sue, but you would lose income so fucking fast. I don't think there would be a lawyer dumb enough to help you. These things need to be addressed. Okay, we can't let anything go through the cracks here. It's Movember, gentlemen. That also means mental health. The party is fucking over. Any GM in the National Hockey League who senses any kind of erratic behavior should have every right to test that player for every substance under the sun. Because that might be intervention right there. And no, don't help each other score fucking cocaine or steroids. It's going to take the entire ice hockey community. So while many of you run your mouths, you understand you have to be prepared to fucking enforce it and stick to it and not cave and not be like, oh, this is harder than we thought. I'm like, yes. That's exactly what it's going to be. Legal issues. Now, see, and I talked about Zdeno Chara and the hit on Pacioretty. I got to be honest with you. I'm not 100% convinced that he intentionally knew that they were coming up on the stanchion of death, which should have been taken care of long before that happened. But to the disciplinary committee, all that other stuff later on, law enforcement and courts, and could have been avoided if you'd have just sat up, gentlemen, and given him at least 1 game fucking suspension. These guys are human beings. I did not forget Bugard. I did not forget any of them. It is known. There's so much evidence now about concussions. And yes, some claim to have suffered silently. Well, what I'm telling everybody now is don't fucking do that, you sissy cowards. Don't push yourselves back on the fucking ice. Yeah, I know, because you could lose your job if you're injured too long or whatever. And that is a bunch of bullshit. And the fucking National Hockey League is a big pile of bullshit that has been causing harm and inciting people to violence and teaching people all the wrong fucking shit. Okay? Point blank. I love the sport of ice hockey. I don't think it's fair. But the only way certain guys can play is if they're willing to beat up somebody or be beaten up. Enough is enough. You're done. Old Boys Club, you're done. Y'all should have taken a fucking hint when Sidney Crosby went down. And I have to be honest with you. I was watching that game. It was an outdoor classic. It was against the former Washington Capitals. I was a fan and supporter of that franchise for a very, very long time. So, of course, I was rooting for them, and they were playing the Penguins, the big fucking fake ass rivalry. And yes, it was Stex. I know. He's taller than Sidney Crosby. And that was the year that the shoulder guards were protectors were made of a more solid, I don't know, heavier solid substance. So when Dex ran into, I mean, granted, you have to understand Crosby was not paying attention, and you understand, he ran into Steckel. But his head hit right there on a harder substance than had been used previously in the National Hockey League. And when he went down, I must say I was a little concerned. I was not sitting there, ha ha ha, okay, now we don't have to worry about Crosby. Anybody with that kind of attitude, you need to go shut the fuck up and check yourself with psychiatrists and psychologists and people who know about human behavior, because that does not bode well. And if you are teaching your children that, yeah, we need to intervene. Okay, so he left the ice. But what really kind of ticked me off there, Pittsburgh Penguins, was not that you guys were playing against former Capitals. It was that you put Sidney Crosby back on ice. And then you guys didn't do the handshake, which is the wrong message for little children. And, right, put Sidney Crosby in a situation where another head hit was entirely possible. And a couple few games later, I can't remember, 1, 2, 3 games later, that's exactly what the fuck happened. And look how long he was out. Now you can look at the positive from Gino's perspective. I'm like, well, hey, Pens fans, now you understand, right, how good Gino is. That's Malkin, by the way. Okay? You know, everybody wants to give Yarmir Jagr shit. Fine. But I will say this. Yes, the puck protecting pissed people off. Why? Because he was so good at it, okay? Right. Those of you who are now playing ice hockey pro, semi pro, yeah, just sit around and watch video of Yager and you'll understand what puck protecting means. But you guys can't tell me you don't have a culture. Oh, well, shit, all right, well, here, have some pain pills. All right, so when it came to Yarmir Yager, the other thing is that he was trusting people to handle his finances. And they did not properly handle his finances, so he didn't apparently hadn't paid his taxes properly, and so so on and so forth. I don't really think the Stanley Cup is worth it, gentlemen. And then come to find out he had gambling issues, got caught, right? I know there's quite a few. Another one, Jr. Jeremy Roenick, didn't mention out loud. Oh, I've been listening, fellas. You cannot hide any of this from me. Oh, and by the way, with all this press and pixels and all this other bullshit, which I kept trying to fucking beam over there to the former Washington Capitals over there in the Devil's Trap in DC. A lot of stuff, actually. I'm very tired right now. Yeah, I mean, I try to find ways other than pills to for pain management. There are some things, but yes, but I'm monitored, and you know All of this is on my bucket list. None of you scare me. I don't give a shit what kind of hockey boys club you got going on. If you want to brag about it and sit around in your fucking chairs talking about all this stuff and they're manly men, I'm like, no, man, you're sissy fucking loser cowards. Who put people in harm daily. And some of these guys, for decades, buying into it. Anybody want to tell me the truth about what happened to fucking Salcha? There are people and families who feel like, oh, okay, this one got injured. Oh, okay, this one retired, and all sorts of issues that came about because of it. Oh, but we just not gonna, and okay, well, that's just, these aren't issues, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. They're all human beings. Every single last one of them. And they're guys, if they were encouraged to work on other things rather than just being fucking pugilists, they probably could be pretty good. That's something other than that. What I meant by no fighting in the NHL, okay, I'm not going to say I'm disagreeing with you. I'm saying there's a lot of reasons it's happened, and you need to address every single one of the reasons why it happens, which means changing the entirety of the men's professional North American mental attitude, which has been conditioned into them since they were very young. Some of you have screwed each other over with freaking different, oh no, this is a good investment here. We can invest. I mean, how the fuck did Arizona get that fucked up? Should I say Jets 1.0? I saw something online, a fan or somebody, I don't know, put something up like, we can expand some more. I'm like, what the fuck? Expand some more? Hello. Yeah, you guys just ran into a wall. My name is Dr. Mia Lueth. And you will have to kill me to get me to shut up about this. Gentlemen, it's Movember. That means you can't be little babies. You gotta grow up. You gotta take care of yourself, your body. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. Okay. Now I know. Don't be trying to tell me there aren't team doctors and people willing to get you drugs from wherever the fuck. And those fucking people don't give a shit about you. But there's also family, people who support you, brothers, sisters, mothers, grandmas, grandpas, dads that are all a part of this. So systems to help them as well should exist. I know it's a business. I know it's a for-profit business. But it doesn't have to work like this. Are you all afraid of change? Oh, it's been like this and blah, blah, blah. You're sitting around in your rooms with your... like, hey, motherfuckers. Wake up, dudes. Wake up, my fucking brothers. Wake the fuck up. Wake up now. Wake up. Hear me. And share this. Those of you who love to play ice hockey, the sport, and as a bonus, will get paid for it, actually do have the collective power to go on strike and just pick a league. The Western Hockey League. I don't fucking make a whole new one. North American Hockey League. Some of you of the old boys club need to just step down. Like I'm saying to retirees, learn to buddy, man. Quite literally, you check in, that's like your job now. If you don't hear from them on video, Skype or some other, you know what I'm saying? Yes, video, see their fucking face, you understand? Talk to them. Then you call wherever they are, the local PD or somebody you know. I mean, if you really can't find anybody close by to go knock on their door and say, find a local fucking church. And call their pastor or whoever and just say, I have a situation, blah, blah, blah. Do you mind going over and just knocking on my friend's door? I know a lot of you, as players, just rushed right back in. Like, well, I'm not entirely, this hasn't healed yet, and this hasn't healed yet, but, if I'm out too long and, blah, 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 I won't have a job and yada, blah, blah, which is a pile of horse shit. Stop selling each other the bullshit horse crap, you cockamamie dick faces. Some of you should be used to what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, I know Paul Maurice has needed some profanity in their lives. Yeah, that's right. I'm one of those ugly motherfucking bitches who nags and won't shut up. Player safety. I have behind the scenes been advocating for you assholes for a very long time. So once the red line was removed and there wasn't the two line, yes, those collisions started happening faster, didn't they? Right. More chance of deadly injury. And all the fans, we want exciting hockey, we want exciting hockey. Oh no, somebody died. What kind of assholes are you fucking gonna feel like? What kind of assholes are you rooting on the fucking exciting goddamn ice hockey when people are getting harmed in ways that are actually closer to deadly now with all this speedy, exciting, fighty, fucking men's professional ice hockey in the National Hockey League. I know, self-medicate alcohol, that happens all over the place. Right, and that should be a warning sign. And if you don't seem like you're getting any kind of good response from the NHLPA or from the National Hockey League or from your franchise, then fucking go find a church. Go fucking beg on the streets in front of hospitals. Call up, doctors, psychiatrists. I don't give a shit. Beg your parents or your neighbors to help you. And for the love of all that is good and right in this world, make sure you are telling the younger kids getting on ice and fighting is not actually a part of the sport of ice. I know some families just felt completely abandoned once retirement happens, or they have to, leave for personal reasons, or, they got so fucked up because of multiple fucking concussions, you assholes. No, medically. The franchises do, and the National Hockey League does, and the NHLPA does. And anybody who denies that, right, if you get put in the court, you will perjure yourself. Not to mention discrimination. I know. Yeah, I know. Indigenous. Well, I was adopted, but I did find out through, right, a genetic test. I have markers. Yeah, I have some Mayan in me. Yeah, I'm old school, way old school indigenous. According to my genes. But there's also Inuit. Yes. I don't go trying to push that around because I was adopted, but there are things that I just know naturally germane to me, and it is in my genetics to understand snow and water and sky, and there's just stuff, cycles of nature, animals. I mean, and some of the fans, you can actually class it up. Yes, yes, you can. Especially online and around children. Now, here's the thing. I want the people who are adamant against fighting in the National Hockey League to just hear me out this part. Okay, send it. Anybody sees this, like, cut it, paste it, let them see this part of it, because this part is for you. It is just a consideration. Okay. All right. Now, I've had situations where I've been harmed. So certain self-defense things and things of the martial arts classification, I took the time to understand, learn, practice, and continue to practice and continue to practice and continue. So, part of my life now. Right? So that just in case. Now, the reason for actually learning martial arts is so that you never have to use them. Also teaches you how to focus, muscle control, things like that. Anyway, and I've been around a lot of stuff in my life that many people around me, they pop off. Well, there goes that one, short feet. Oh, that one just blew. Me, no. But there was one occasion where I went to that arena, the home of the former Washington Capitals. And I was around a bunch of Caps fans. And there was this loudmouth asshole who I'm assuming had his daughter with him. I hope that was his daughter. Otherwise, motherfuckers robbing the crazy. Okay. Now, I was wearing Bolts blue. Now, I'm going to tell people this. If I'm supporting a team, I don't wear away colors. I wear home colors as someone in the crowd just to remind them of all the people back home. So there I am in my Bolts blue shirt. And the reason that I changed, I mean, the beginning of the end was the way that Boudreaux and these dumb fucks, I'm like, oh my God, McPhee, oh, geez, I don't know, dude. Not hockey smart. Not hockey smart. Not doing your goalies any favor. All this fucking press is fucking... All that press and all those pixels and all that shit. Hey, guess what, everybody? Yeah, I was able to read the room without even being in it. Anyway, but yeah, this guy, like amateur hour, gets called up right when Caps were really in. They had to fight for that spot to the last game for that spot in the playoffs. But no, you can't give Boudreaux the credit for getting us there. And I was right. I said he didn't have it in him, and no, he didn't. He also didn't understand goalies. And I got to be honest with you, right? I would have utilized both goalies, but it was actually really... I'll go check out page like 73 or 75 in his fucking, yes, confessional. Okay, talking about ice hockey all goddamn day long, okay, does not get the players to execute properly on ice in the first fucking place. But you insulted both Hugh A and Kolzig, who were veteran goalies, okay, by saying, oh, well, I didn't want Hugh A to remember. I'm like, that's fucking amateur hour. The Capitals hired a coach who couldn't fucking elevate. He didn't understand the position of goaltending. So he fucks over fucking Kolzig. He fucked up Varley, who had to get unfucked up at another league. Then he screwed over Jose Theodore and the Caps. Had Theodore been in there, especially when they played against the Hats, he would have gone just all out trying to beat that team. You said put young Neuvert, who was not meant to be handling a fucking load like that. Yeah, you guys are stupid. And I'm the idiot asshole this whole fucking time, supported you. Well, I understood at that point. And then I found out that the only reason that fucking team got OV because they purposely tanked that fucking season. You're a joke and an embarrassment to all the people who play that game and get paid who would never do that. But I was in there that day, and it was a pretty full house, And there's this schmuck behind me, and he is just yapping and flapping about everything. I mean, he's chirping me like nobody's business, and I'm just like, are you talking like that in front of your daughter, sir? Are you talking to me as a female like that and saying this in front of your own daughter and in front of those children? They're all there, up front. 5 or 6 kids, man, right up there on the glass trying to enjoy some fucking ice hockey. And there's this fucking ass clown. I don't even care if they were Caps fans. Okay? Those kids did not need to see or witness any of that. His daughter did not need to see or witness just what he was saying to me. Some gross ass fucking shit. It insults every woman on planet. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that, yes, but then he started getting more verbal, like he's verbally brutalizing the Capitals on ice too. He's just, and I got to be honest, with all those people who want fighting taken out of the National Hockey League, I was not even behind the glass. I was not even on ice. I was not even trained up that way. You understand? And I have freaking long ass patience and a long ass fuse. But even I wanted to just stand up out of my seat, grab my stuff, and just calmly walk up the steps and then break that motherfucker's nose with my goddamn fist. Do you understand? So taking the fighting completely out of the National Hockey League is something that will take a full bore buy-in effort from every single player, every single coach, every single general manager. Rules will need to be changed, and those rules will need to be enforced. Now, if me felt like shutting the mouth of an ass clown, denigrated women, and giving shit to a team that actually won that fucking game. Although my team played better through 2 periods, just ran out of time. Me wants to go break somebody's nose, then imagine how much more often that might happen to the gentlemen who are on ice all the time under pressure, mouthing at each other, booting each other, tapping each other with sticks. Do you understand? You will quite literally have to be kicking players out of games entirely. Like, that's it. You get a game misconduct and you can't come back onto the ice. What if somebody bothers them again, gets in their head, a noise, and then they do it again? Are they going to get like 5 game suspension? Everybody has to be prepared. The atmosphere has to change. It is not that fucking simple. And I wish it were. But all of you talking the talk and pushing for no fighting in the National Hockey League, you need to understand every perspective, and you need to understand the immense machine of stupidity that is the National Hockey League hockey culture. They need to be trained how not to lose their shit when the officials are not calling penalties. They need to understand how not to lose their shit when somebody is just poking and jabbing and irritating and mouthing and blah, 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 and bumping. You understand? Okay. I understand where all of you are coming from. But it's not that simple. Drugs and alcohol. Don't hide it. If somebody tries to do an intervention for you, may it be in the back of your head, just give in. And may there be an organization that is meant for support of their family, the community, helping to transition them out or into certain situations. Some of them, they just keep playing injured. They keep playing hurt. Well, they don't talk about their concussion. Why? Because if they're hurt for too long, they lose their fucking job, man. There is something fundamentally wrong, and I will not shut up about it. If you know someone on your team is all up into something they shouldn't be, then you be that fucking asshole who narcs them the fuck out. And you get some fucking people together to have a fucking intervention, you pussies. The party's over, old boys club. I am at the point where I am pretty much outright suggesting that the players strike. Save your money. Don't spend money. You don't need a mansion. You don't need a mansion. That's wrong thinking, man. You need a house that you own. Comfortable. You need a couple cars that you own. You need to have a diversified portfolio, right? I suggest you pick someone who has really great reviews and don't listen to the ice hockey people because you guys fucking rip each other off all the time. Your stupid investments. Hey, you fucked over the fans with that one too. Hey, where'd our hockey club go? trying to get the competitive edge by going back on the ice injured, lying to the team doctors, lying to the what do you call it, the trainer, right? Take the fucking hit and don't fucking do that. There should be full support. If it's got to be a bunch of fans, volunteer, it's got to be a bunch of dudes, right? They're retired. Are you looking for something to do? Well, then start a fucking foundation that helps the families of ice hockey people and disseminates information and helps them with their mental health and with resources, right, that they can use if their loved one got hooked on fucking pills and started doing heroin because I couldn't get the pills anymore. Don't spend your money like you have been. Get financial advice from 2 independent places. You don't need to live in a fucking mansion. You don't need the most expensive shit. You don't need a whole bunch of fucking crap. You don't need a whole bunch of cars piled up. And no, you don't. Be smarter with your money. Be more honest with each other. Be more open to ask for help. Now, I suggest some of you, right, cut and paste and send this to places where it needs to fucking be seen. Because, Old Boys Club, you will have to kill me to get me to shut up. Who cares? I fucking care. I've never been under any fucking illusion that you guys are some great. I would not worship or idolize any of you. Some of you are really decent fucking people, and I'm not saying that. But some of you, yeah, not so much. And little kids, they look up to you. And I would love to say, I'm sorry, little children. That's all a big fucking illusion. You can't do it without the fucking hockey players. Oh, here's another fucking lockout. Oh, hey, who you screwing over? Yes, sponsors and hey, fans who fucking get you ratings, who fucking sit in your seats. You understand? Hey, fuck you too. You want to talk hockey? I'll talk fucking hockey with you. Your bottom line. Your bottom line is all of the owners and the National Hockey League and the GMs for years on end have been complicit in the harm and abandonment of other human fucking beings for your entertainment as per your fucking bylaws. Yeah, go Jets, go.